Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I just wanted to kind of give an overview of some of the highlights of video games I've been able to find at Goodwill stores. Now Goodwill is a discount store where, you can find some games there for fairly cheap prices. Now, these games aren't always going to be in good condition. I'm pretty sure they don't even test the games that they get, so they may not even work. So if they're, especially for disc-based games, you really want to check to see like how scratched up they are. Because even if they are scratched up, they may still play fine, but you just never really know. So, but for $2.50, sometimes you got to take a risk. So let's start with my PlayStation 1 games here. First up, we've got a game called Ninja Shadow of Darkness. And this is a big surprise for me because I had never heard of this game. I grew up on the PlayStation, was a big fan of the Tomb Raider games, and this is by the same creators as them. This is kind of like an arcade game where you go from area to area defeating the bad guys, and there's some puzzles to solve as well. But it's not bad. It's really not bad. The controls aren't great, but I think the game holds up all right. It's a pretty decent game. Definitely one I'd recommend picking up if you like action adventure games. Next up, this one was a really cool pickup, and it's in really good condition as well. It's a collection of Activision classic games for the Atari 2600. This includes over 30 games. A great way to experience the Atari, because this was before my time, the Atari. Now this was a great find because I was just looking and I saw the side of this case, and as you can see it says Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and but inside it's actually a copy of Spyro the Dragon. Now Spyro the Dragon games are actually going up in price. I think this one, the first one, is around, I think the lowest I've seen is around $20, and I don't even know if that was complete. Obviously this is just the disc, but it is in fairly good condition, so a pretty good find for $2.50 for just the disc. Now, this one time I found a bunch of PlayStation 1 games, all in fairly decent condition. Some of the cases are cracked, but the games play just fine. First up, I remember when I first got my PlayStation, it came with a demo disc, and I'm pretty sure it had a demo of Jet Moto on it, and I really enjoyed that game. I never actually wound up getting the game, but was able to get Jet Moto 2, Greatest Hits one, and this is a really fun racing game. I definitely like it. Next up, we've got the original Siphon filter. Now, I actually do have the disc to this, but I don't have the box or manual, so I'm definitely glad that I was able to pick this up, and it's in fairly good condition. I also picked up Siphon Filter 2 was with it, also in pretty good condition. Unfortunately, I don't think these games really hold up all too well today. They're still fun games, though. And next up, I remember playing the original Driver. I borrowed it from a friend when I was in high school and really enjoyed that game. But I never picked up the sequel. So now I have Driver 2. Haven't played this yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. Now we're moving on to other systems here. First up, we got a Sega Genesis game. Now this game I actually already have. I have just the cart. And the reason that I don't have the box or manual for it is that it came in a cardboard box originally. That's how it was. And, with those, I think it was very easy for those to get crushed, and it was just more convenient to just throw the boxes away and keep the cartridge, unfortunately. So I was really, really surprised to see this in such good condition. But I think this came out in 95, 96, 96. But it is Sonic 3D Blast. And I like this game. It's not a great game. It takes a different approach to the Sonic games, kind of isometric view. It's still a fun game. I like it, but yeah, I mean, this is complete. The manual and cartridge are in there in really good condition. So I just don't see many Genesis games that came in cardboard cases like this in this good condition. So definitely happy to get it for such a good price. Now, getting into some GameCube games. First up, really not in great condition, has some water damage, but I just really wanted to play this game again. And speaking of Sonic, we've got Sonic Mega Collection. Really, really great game. I love these Sonic collections because, you know, I grew up, my first home console was a Sega Genesis, and pretty much the main games I played on it were the Sonic games, and whenever a new Sonic game came out, I mean, that was all my brother and I would ever play. Next up, we've got SSX Tricky, pretty fun snowboarding game. Now, I already have the disc for this one. It's not in that great condition, but now I have the box and manual and a better copy of it. Unfortunately, it's not a great game, but a decent first-person shooter on the GameCube. It's Die Hard Vendetta. Now, this is one I remember enjoying on the GameCube back in the day. But it's kind of a Grand Theft Auto game, or a clone, but it's True Crime Streets of LA. And I'm pretty sure Sleeping Dogs actually started out as a new True Crime game. But I had a lot of fun with this one, and I believe there was a sequel, The Streets of New York, which I haven't played, but I'm very happy to have this as part of my collection on GameCube. A really, really nice find. I wish it was the plastic on it was in better condition, but I was able to find a copy of Metroid Prime with the Metroid Prime Echoes bonus disc, brand new. Now, the plastic is ripped here and there, but still, this is really cool. I'm never gonna open this, but it's just really cool that I was able to find this, you know, brand new at a Goodwill for $2.50. That kind of just blows my mind. Great find. Now let's get into a couple PlayStation 2 games. Also, I should mention, I found a PlayStation 2 at a Goodwill like an hour away from where I live now. It didn't have any of the cords with it. Didn't have a controller. It was labeled for $15. So, you know, there's no way to test it to see if it would actually work or not. I took the risk for $15. You know, I actually had the cables for it. I had to buy a controller, but it actually works fine. Plays games really well, so I'm glad I was able to pick that up. And of course, I picked up some games for it. First up, this one's in like pretty much like new condition. It's 007 Quantum of Solace. This I don't know if the Wii version is an exact port of this or not, but this is very different from the PS3 and 360 and PC versions of the game. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a third-person shooter. Also has some stealth modes, a decent cover system. It's actually a pretty decent game. I would definitely recommend it. Now, this is one game that I never had back when the PlayStation 2 was new. But I was a big fan of the Episode 1 Racer game. I had that on PC, played that all the time, really enjoyed it. And this is kind of a combination of that and, I guess, Mario Kart, but it's Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. Very happy I was able to find this. I did have to replace the case because it was pretty much broken, but it is complete and in pretty good condition. So very, very happy about that. And the final thing I have to show is probably not as cool as the Metroid Prime that I found, but you know, I was looking around at Goodwill one day and saw a box that had The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on it. and it was listed as 95 cents. So then I took a closer look at it and saw that it was actually Master Sword and Hylian Shield 1/6 scale replica from Master Replicas. And so I was kind of blown away that this was just there for 95 cents. And then I thought to myself, hey, wait a minute, what the hell's wrong with it? And there is something wrong with it. But, you know, for 95 cents, I really don't care. As you can see, a lot of the paint has been scraped off of the shield. So it's not in, you know, pristine collectible condition. But I don't care. To me, that's battle damage from this fight with Ganon, you know? It still looks really cool and just a nice thing to have on my shelf. So that was really another cool find. So really, you never know what you're going to find at Goodwill in terms of games. You could get really lucky and walk out there with a lot of things, or you could just not find anything. But definitely check it out. Alright guys, as always, like the video and subscribe. Till next time.